Hey guys, Chris here. So today we're going to run through a new feature in Zerto 9, which is the ability to restore individual files and folders from inside the self-service portal. So let's get going. So I have some file shares. These are on a VM that's hosted inside of a VMware Cloud Director site. So I don't have access to my own ZVM to be able to do this action. So I'm inside my VM now, I've got a file share mapped to my local machine. So I'm just going to delete a few files that I don't think I need anymore. And now I've decided that I do actually need those files back. And instead of relying on my backups and going back 24 hours, I'm actually going to hop inside of Zerto and restore those files directly back to the VM. So let's go. So I'm logged into the self-service portal, which I managed to access via VCD itself, via the tenant UI. Automatic login via the tenant UI as well for the user you've got set up. So now I come into the restore button. I click on File, because I want to restore an individual file or folder. And I choose the VM that I want to restore a file or folder from, which is this Windows 2 VM here. And now I choose a point in time that I want to go back to. So any time these points in time, so 1,484 of them. So let's go back just before, just here, let's say, about a minute ago. And we're going to start the mount. So the mount process is really great because it doesn't use any additional compute power. So we're not building the VM and mounting it and putting it on the network like we would do with a live or a test failover. This is making a virtual view, attaching it to the infrastructure that's already there, so the VRAs, and allowing the ZVM to access that view. So you can see just in a couple of minutes, we've managed to get that up and running. So if we go into the VPG that we restored a file from, we have a task that's open waiting for our user input. So I browse this machine from the checkpoint we chose, and I choose the files and folders that I need to restore. So we had the file share, so it's this 365 sync, and the Cloud Manager API doc that I deleted. So we click next, and then we can download them inside the web browser with the download all button at the top right, or we could restore to our original location using some credentials and the restore mode, which is what I'm going to do now. So I click restore, and that's sending it straight back into the virtual machine, straight back into the same path. So the beauty is we're not going to overwrite any existing files either. So what we do at Zerto is we put them into a Z restore folder, which I'll show you in a bit once those files and folders have restored. That means we're not going to overwrite any existing files. So if someone accidentally restores something back in that's not the right version, then we're not going to lose the correct version. So we're putting it into that Z restore folder. And again, whilst this is going on, we're still maintaining our sub 10 seconds RPO. So if I come into my VPGs tab over here, you'll see we've still got a 6-second RPO whilst we're doing this restore. So again, just because we're doing file and folder level restores doesn't mean that we're impacting our RPOs at all, or impacting the ability to do a failover live or a failover test. So that task is now completed. So if I come back into my file share, I'll see I've got this Z restore folder here. And here's the 2 documents that I was missing. So obviously I can then copy them back into production. And then when I'm finished, I come up to here and I'll just stop the mount and unmount those files. And that undoes the work of what we did with the virtual view on the VRAs. And it's as simple as that. I hope you guys found this useful and look forward to seeing and hearing from you guys shortly.